This is Wicked Rhody, a wicked good podcast about Rhode Island events and life. Hello, and welcome back. My name's Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben DeCastro, and if you go back and listen to that introduction close enough, the intro music, you might hear me humming in the background, because I totally forgot we were recording. I was like, oh, it's a fun song. Little upbeat, gotta get going. It's time for Wicked Rhody. Here we go, right now.
Look at you.
Yeah, thank you. On the spot lyrics, ladies and gentlemen. Just one of the many things you can come to expect here at the Wicked Rhody podcast. Appreciate you all for tuning in.
Yes,
Best of Rhode Island 2018 podcast. Do us a favor, hit that like and subscribe button, folks. That's the best way to keep up to date on everything that's going on. Mary, I feel like we're still continuing from September with the kids not going to school every day.
Nope.
And all 5 days in 1 week.
Man, it's going to be like this until January. And by then we'll have the snow days, because you're right. We just had election day off. My kids are home with me yesterday, our Tuesday, and my son's now home sick, and he'll have, of course, Monday off for Veterans Day.
Yeah.
And then we get Thanksgiving early. So
yeah, 2 days there. And Thanksgiving week is just a wash, because the kids, Monday, Tuesday, maybe you'll get some stuff done. Wednesday, do they still do half days? Is that still a thing?
It's funny. Different school systems do different things. Some schools actually give the children and the teachers all of Wednesday off just for traveling and prepping. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, come on.
And then some have the half day. We're here in Cranston, so I'm pretty sure we have a regular full day. And luckily we're hosting, so we don't have to travel.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, I mean, some kids are even getting Wednesday off in Rhode Island.
No, just give them the whole week. Why not?
Why not?
Go to school until, mid-July. Why don't you, with the 180 days of schooling? Yeah, as I was the other day when it was election day, I went out to the polls, and there was a bunch of kids out there with the signs with one of their parents who was running for something.
Yep.
I'm thinking, why aren't the parents pull the kids out of school to experience this? And then I realized, oh, no, wait, schools are polling places, so there's no school, because you can't have that happening. I had heard that in some areas that the schools doubled up with parent-teacher conferences on the same day during the day. So you went and voted and then had a meeting with your teacher, because it's about that time of year where you kind of evaluate where the child is.
Yeah.
And somebody was telling me, oh, yeah, I went to go vote, and I saw parents coming out of school crying. I'm like, well, that's very, I don't know. Depends on what side of the aisle you're on. That could be very metaphorical for this past election.
Right.
But nevertheless, the election went off without a hitch. Lots of events going on. And as we come into Veterans Day, your mom is a veteran. I've got veterans in my family. This is a big weekend to recognize and appreciate their services.
Yes. I love it. There's different ways that they can have free food, free meals at different restaurants, free tickets to different events. And I mean, even at my son's school, we're having a special veterans tea. So my mom gets to come on in, and my son, I don't think my son really understands what it means to be a vet. So hopefully they're going over that a little bit more still age appropriately at school. But it's just nice. It's just a nice way to really recognize these people who are able to, have helped our country in many ways, and now we can give them a big thanks.
Very, very true. So if you tuned in while you're on the road, maybe you're heading to a ceremony or remembrance, maybe you're getting errands done or just getting ready for the weekend, whatever you're doing, sit back, relax, enjoy the episode. If you hear something that piques your interest, well, we'll have all the links and info for you in the show notes on our website, wickedrhodypodcast.com.
So Ben, what do you have for this week's Wicked Interesting listing?
It's hard to believe, Mary, but it is that time. It is time for the 41st annual installation of A Christmas Carol at Trinity Rep, opening, if you're listening the day this podcast airs, opening tonight, November 8th, going right through till December 30th. It's over there at Trinity Rep, right there in Providence, Rhode Island. Look, folks, this is, as I mentioned, 41 years strong. This is a 41-year tradition for some people. Every year it's different. Every year it's amazing. Trinity Rep is a world-class theater that puts on world-class productions. I mean, just absolutely incredible. This year, it's directed by Mark Valdez. Of course, it's by Charles Dickens. Charlie, a good buddy, Charlie.
Chuck.
There.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And listen, you all know the story of A Christmas Carol, okay? Chances are you'll have multiple opportunities to see it. Mary, what's your favorite version on TV or big screen of A Christmas Carol?
Ooh, I think we might be a tie in this one. It is the Muppet Christmas Carol.
There you go. All right.
You just
Good
can't
to
beat
hear.
it. But something that's going to be really interesting about the Christmas Carol at Trinity Rep this year is a local choir is going to be featured at each performance. So maybe you have someone who sings in your town or church choir. They might actually be performing. So you're going to want to check in with any of those choral singers that you know. Honestly, they have their full schedule already posted up on their website, but they even have school choirs. I see that the Wheeler School, Newport Navy Choristers, Riverside Middle School, Rocky Hill School, so lots of different community choruses, school choruses, the Providence Singers, like our, main singing group here in Rhode Island. They're going to be performing as well. So there's really great things. Little kids schools, adults, all different types of people. But I think that that's a really neat, interesting twist. They always do a different version at Trinity Rep, and this is a nice way they're going to spice things up.
It's wonderful to get everybody involved. Of course, they do a bunch of different things there at Trinity Rep to incorporate the community, to make sure they are welcoming to everybody. There are also a sensory friendly performance, I should say, which is incredibly thoughtful. They have people on staff that have incredible knowledge. They've gone and they have multiple degrees, master's degrees,
Yes.
and just on how to adapt the sounds and the play to fit everybody's comfort level, I should say. I think that's the best way to say it. It's what's most comfortable for them. The Providence Journal recently did a wonderful story about it. The program in general, because that's not just for Trinity for A Christmas Carol. It's for almost all their plays. They always have a sensory friendly programming. So check that out if that's something you need to take advantage of. Folks, listen, if you are listening to this episode and you think, "Oh, I'll just wait to get tickets," bad move. Bad move. As soon as this episode is done, because I don't want you to stop listening now. As soon as this episode is done, go to the website, get your tickets, download the app or whatever you got to do. Get the tickets now, because this show sells out. And can I just give you one little pro tip? I love going the week after Christmas. It is so busy the week of Christmas and weeks leading up to it. Sue and I love going the week after Christmas. We think it's a totally different show because the actors and performers are just they know the light at the end of the tunnel is fast approaching. So
Yes.
something to consider there, but it is wonderful. Check that out. It's Trinity Reps A Christmas Carol, the 41st year they've done it. That's our wicked interesting pick of the week. Now, here's the wicked fun in the 401.
This is going to be a very music-heavy episode. We're talking, of course, about Veterans Day and a lot of these different events that we're going to be bringing up, but also a lot of music things are going on. I just love how rich in music our state is. We talk about all the different groups, all those different chorus groups that are going to be performing. Well, one choral group that I want to let you know about, Caligum and Cora, they too will actually be performing at the Christmas Carol. They're going to be the two shows right before Christmas. The Friday the 21st. They're actually going to be on that performance. So they're one of the groups, but they're another amazing choral ensemble, pretty new to our state. Their home base is Grace Episcopal Church in Providence. It's that gorgeous brown church right near PPAC. You see it on Westminster Street. Absolutely stunning. They're going to be having two different concerts going on this weekend, one in Providence and then another one actually at that really fun armory in East Greenwich, that right on Main Street, the Varnum Armory with it's like a museum. They have all these different pieces of memorabilia.
They should just combine the two words, Varnum Armory to Varnumery.
You know
Farmery.
what are they doing exactly?
I
They
don't
could
know.
save so much on type.
What are they playing? Wheel of Fortune or something? I'd like to buy a vowel.
So the concert series that they have going on this weekend is, of course, now this is 100 years after the end of World War I. They're going to be honoring the sacrifices of those who fought, died for our freedom's sake. Also reflecting on what it is about human nature that causes war to continue. There's going to be a world premiere of a Canadian composer, Colin Eatcott's 5 Poems of the Great War with Sunday's performance at that historic armory and museum in East Greenwich that I was telling you about. And veterans and active duty military members are going to have discounts at both performances. So this is really, if you're someone who likes and enjoys choral music, and maybe you don't want to have to wait till the holiday season to hear a great ensemble perform, Collegium and Cora is going to be having a concert in Providence Saturday evening, 6 to 7:30, and then at that place in East Greenwich, the Armory, and that is going to be, I believe, 4 to 5:30. So it's a nice, it's not too awfully long. It's a nice hour and a half. And if you do have a vet in your family, this would be a great place to bring them, and they'd be getting a discount.
Fantastic. On Saturday, November 10th, the Paw Sox Foundation is presenting its 3rd annual Veterans Home Run 5K Walk and Run. People don't think to go to McCoy Stadium after baseball season, but there are always events, great events happening there. This Saturday at 9 a.m. is the race. The registration will actually open up at 7:30 a.m. at McCoy Stadium. And this year's race actually features a revised route that takes participants through scenic downtown Pawtucket before returning to McCoy Stadium. And where do you finish? At
Tell me
home
more.
plate.
Oh,
Home plate.
I love it.
Right there, right at home base. And great sponsors between WB Mason, Coast 93.3, National Grid, and Planet Fitness. The Veterans Home Run is held in honor of those who have served or are currently serving the country. Proceeds will benefit veteran causes in Rhode Island, and this year the Paw Sox Foundation is excited to partner with 21 Heroes Organization and Operation Stand Down Rhode Island in honor of the 21 Pawtucket veterans who were killed while serving in the Vietnam War. So always love to see the tie-in, the tributes, and the honor paid by all these various tributes that we see. I mean, you were just talking about a tribute being done in honor of World War I. This one is helping to recognize the Vietnam War, and it's always great to see when organizations will take a unique and yes, we should recognize all veterans, and we got events that do that. But I think it's extra special when they say, listen, we're going to take this one thing, we're really going to focus and digest and make sure that people know we appreciate the sacrifices made during this specific war. So that is on Saturday, November 10th. You can register now, go online, or you can show up on Saturday morning, 7:30 a.m. The race is at 9. It's the 3rd annual Veterans Home Run 5K Walk and Run over at McCoy Stadium with the Paw Sox Foundation. What else we got?
I love it. So once again, going back to music, this is just my theme today. This is my theme, my friend, is talking about different music ensembles. Sunday at 3 p.m., if you're in the mood for some band music, my group, the American Band, we're having our 40th anniversary reorganization concert. So we talked last year about our 180th anniversary just of the band. We are one of the oldest bands. The second oldest band in the entire country, actually, is right here in Rhode Island. But believe it or not, they took a little time off eventually, and 40 years ago they reorganized, and so the band has been going strong for 40 years. So to celebrate that, we'll be playing some pieces that were performed during their history, since our beginning of 1837. So this is just a great way, because not only are the current members of the American Band going to be performing, but we're also welcoming any alumni, anyone who's played with the American Band, who's still alive, to come on over and to join us on stage for the Stars and Stripes. So this is going to be taking place at the John Nazarian Center for Performing Arts. That's at Rick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Rick.
Great event. Yeah, 3 to 5 p.m. All ages welcome, and just another great music ensemble that you can check out right here in the Ocean State. Awesome. The night before at the Veterans Day Water Fire. Now, yes, folks, we moved the clocks back, so it gets dark around 1 o'clock in the afternoon. No, actually, sunset is at 4:30 p.m. The full lighting of the basin and the entire river will begin around 5:30 p.m. Before that, at the State House, they'll have a ceremony on the south steps. So that's the steps that face the Providence Place Mall. Those are the south steps. Yeah.
which I believe it's the only side that has steps. So there you go. Enjoy the steps in the north side. It's only like 2 or 3, so it's got to be the south ones there.
The big ones, yeah.
That'll be taking place at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. There'll also be a Veterans Resource Fair, which starts a little earlier at 3 o'clock. So, Kasim Yarn, who is the state director of the Rhode Island Veterans Affair, he does an amazing job. He was recently in the car with me. I've never met a man with so much passion. Your mom will love him because he is a Navy vet as well.
Nice.
And, just truly a servant of our veterans, of the people of the state of Rhode Island. He was in the car with me talking about all the amazing ways that they have implemented programs and just get out there to serve our vets. So the Veterans Resource Fair will be taking place. If you know a veteran who needs something or is in need of some kind of a service or just have questions, this is a great place to get it. Of course, the Vets organization, they have a wonderful website as well, which if you send them a message through their website, they'll get back to you within hours because that's how fast they are to take care of our veterans. But it's Saturday. It's the Water Fire, a salute to veterans. It is a full lighting. The lighting will start around 5:30. There's a State House ceremony before that at 4 o'clock and the Veterans Resource Fair at 3 o'clock. So really a true patriotic event. It'll be great to be down in Providence on Saturday night.
This week's Wicked family-friendly event is a family hike at Roger Williams Park. And believe it or not, this is taking place Monday from 1 to 3.
Woo. Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, kids don't go to school Monday because that's their mandated one day off that week during the midweek. Right. That's right. When are they going to learn? When are they going to learn?
They'll learn.
We don't have time for learning. We have time for learning because we got to go on a hike. No, I'm kidding. This is I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this.
Right. They can go learn about nature because Roger Williams Park has several miles of peaceful woodland trails and that wind along the water's edge. You, of course, would never remember that you're in the middle of a city. I love Roger Williams Park. I take my kids there all the time when we need to burn off some steam. A lot of people, of course, have just been to the zoo with the Jack-o'-lantern Spectacular, but you can actually join for a moderate 2-mile hike of a portion of the Big Lakes Trail with the Roger Williams Park Conservancy, the Rhode Island Families in Nature, and the Providence Parks Urban Wildlife Refuge Partnership. That's a long title for an organization.
Yeah,
but
you can't even like make a name out of the acronym like the That's why they were like, just own it. Just own it. My goodness gracious. Well, the hike will be departing. It's of course free. You've been hearing that free bell go off several times. Yeah. It's very exciting. The hike will be departing from the Roger Williams Park Botanical Center starting promptly at 1 p.m. And then they're going to end back at the Botanical Center where they will have a fall-inspired nature art activity. So they, of course, want you to bring water. They want to make sure the kids are dressed appropriately for the weather. Maybe you might want to tuck your pants into the socks as there could still be some ticks that are still living. There may be poison ivy. I mean, this is nature, guys. This is nature. And our children love nature. So if your kids haven't been getting out enough, if they've been spending too much time on the screens, this is a great way to get them outdoors on a beautiful hike. And they're going to have a great activity. And by this point, you might be, you can hear my kid right now. Okay, baby. I mean, let's be real. I'm going to be ready for my kid to go for a hike. After I've had a couple sick days with him at home, we're going to need to get outside. So nonetheless, that's going to be a free event happening Monday, 1 to 3. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. No matter where you are in Rhode Island, you're never more than 18 and a half miles from either Massachusetts or Connecticut. So we've got an event that is just over the border as our good friend Madonna, who always is so generous in lending her services. Kind. Very nice. She's such a busy woman, but she says, you know what, Ben, Mary, whatever I can do. And just thank you, Madonna, for always performing that for us. Brandon King of the New England Patriots. You know those guys. Doing very well.
Kind of a big deal.
Doing very well as of the recording date. will be at the Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses in South Attleboro on Monday, November 12th at 7 p.m. Now, Brandon King is he's a football player, right? So this is your chance. Oh, this could almost fall under Wicked Family Friendly as well, because this is one of the best places to take your family, to take your kids to meet a New England football star. The first 100 attendees will receive a free autographed photo of Brandon King. And the show is broadcast live on WEEI 103.7 FM. Of course, that's the Rhode Island, the Providence version of the sports station that's out of Boston there. This is a cool activity because it's right in the community room there at Cardi's Furniture in South Attleboro, so exit 2B off 95. You go downstairs into the community room. You're going to watch a live radio broadcast, and then afterwards get a free autographed picture. Yeah, it depends on how big you are. Yeah. What is officially a poster?
That's a great question. Anything bigger than 4x6, maybe?
A poster is whatever you want it to be. So you get a free autographed photo, color photo, from Brandon King. Of course, brought to you by Nick, Ron, and Pete, Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses in South Attleboro, Massachusetts. They are starting to get their holiday decor up, and I understand there will be some Santa Claus appearances there, so we'll have that information for you once those dates get firmed up. But that's going to be great as well. Of course, they do Toys for Tots as well. The toy boxes are in the stores. You can donate a new or new unwrapped toy to any Cardi's Furniture. They work with the U.S. Marines every year. It's truly a great partnership. But the most important thing right now, Monday, November 12th, 7 p.m., it's the Cardi's Furniture and Mattresses Extra Point Football Show over there in South Attleboro, Massachusetts. Brandon King of the New England Patriots. Bring your kids. All right, folks, as we said at the beginning, everything we talked about today can be found on our website, wickedroadypodcast.com.
We know you love social media, and we do too, so make sure that you give us a shout out. You can do that by screenshotting your phone and sharing it in your Instagram or Facebook stories. This is a great way to let other people know about the podcast. You could check us out. Check out our Instagram feed. Always sharing some of the most beautiful photos that you Rhode Islanders and other Southern New Englanders are taking. Just search the hashtag Wicked Rhody.
Yeah, the photos have been amazing with all the foliage and all the great scenery in the background and everything. Truly, truly inspiration. For advertising, appearance, and sponsorship information, email us at wickedroadypodcast@gmail.com.
Until next time, folks, my name is Mary Larson.
And I'm Ben DeCastro.
And you've been listening to Wicked Rhody. We'll have more for you next Thursday.
You bet we will. When the kids don't have to go to school. Because, they get another day off the week after, right? No, that's Thanksgiving. Somebody just get the stuffing ready, please.
Please. It's so good.